Archaeologists conducted a thorough investigation at a site called Shubayqa in the Black Desert of Jordan, hoping to uncover insights into the early development of agriculture. The discovery of ancient meal remnants in the ruins of a fireplace challenged traditional ideas about the evolution of agriculture. This 14,400-year-old finding in Jordan has the potential to rewrite human history. Early humans were predominantly hunter-gatherers who relied on foraging and hunting for their sustenance. As food availability fluctuated with changing seasons, these societies had to migrate to find new sources of nourishment. This nomadic lifestyle characterized most of human history, as certain regions were unsuitable for crop cultivation or animal domestication. Studying existing hunter-gatherer societies, such as the San in Africa and the Inuit in the Arctic, offers valuable insights into ancient ways of life. The transition from hunting and gathering to settled farming was a gradual process. Different societies across the world independently began practicing agriculture, including ancient civilizations in Egypt, Sumer, Mesopotamia, and the Indus Valley. Evidence suggests that the end of the Pleistocene Ice Age around 11,700 years ago influenced the development of agriculture. People likely started managing non-domesticated plants and animals, laying the foundation for future farming practices. Agriculture provided a more reliable and energy-rich food source compared to hunting and gathering. The domestication of plants began around 12,000 years ago, followed by the domestication of animals about 2,000 years later. Between 8,000 and 10,000 years ago, East Asia and the Americas also witnessed the cultivation of different crops. Southwest Asia saw the emergence of farming villages around 10,000 years ago in a region known as the Fertile Crescent, which later became Mesopotamia. The Americas developed various forms of agriculture adapted to their specific environments. For example, the Inca in Peru built terraced fields, while the Maya and Aztecs used intricate irrigation systems. China played a crucial role in the early development of farming communities, cultivating crops such as rice, millet, hemp, and Chinese cabbage. The Natufians, a hunter-gatherer culture based in Southwest Asia, experienced a transition to agriculture. Shubayqa I, located in Jordan's Black Desert, is the first thoroughly explored Natufian site outside the Mediterranean woodlands. This volcanic field spanning Syria, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan provided abundant basalt, which the Natufians used in constructing their stone buildings. Excavations at Shubayqa I between 2012 and 2015 revealed tools, animal bones, and fireplaces within the structures. The fireplaces, preserved with basalt boulders, contained ashes that were radiocarbon dated to the Natufian era. Instead of cleaning out the fireplaces, the Natufians had left them intact, allowing researchers to analyze the ashes. Shubayqa I was likely a wetland during the Natufian period, enabling natural growth of crops like wheat. This challenges the belief that the Natufians lived thousands of years before the advent of agriculture in Southwest Asia. Microscopic analysis of 49 samples from the fireplaces yielded significant findings. The results indicated a diverse diet, including plant foods like wild cereals, legumes, and tubers. Animal bones suggested the consumption of fish, birds, and mammals. The Natufians' ability to exploit the resources of their environment demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of their surroundings. The discoveries at Shubayqa I shed light on the dietary habits and lifestyle of the Natufians, offering valuable insights into the transition from a hunter-gatherer society to an early agricultural community. This archaeological site in the Black Desert of Jordan has opened up new possibilities for understanding the origins of agriculture and its impact on human history. The Natufians, despite not being farmers, had developed the processes to create their own bread. This finding challenges previous beliefs about the early development of bread as a dietary staple. Traditionally, it was thought that bread became widespread only when Neolithic farmers had their own cereal cultivation. However, the Natufians seem to have been making bread without growing their own crops, which intrigued researchers. The discovery at Shubayqa 1 is not the first investigation into prehistoric bread, but advancements in technology have allowed for a more accurate analysis of its composition. The samples from Shubayqa 1 were examined using scanning electron microscopy at UKL. The microscopy revealed the particles and microstructures inside the remains, which were then compared to experimentally produced bread. The basic forms of bread typically require flour and water, and the inclusion of gluten gives it shape and texture. Bread, as part of a human diet, provides various nutrients such as iron, magnesium, B vitamins, carbohydrates, and fiber. The analysis of the samples from Shubayqa 1 indicated that they contained a mixture of einkorn wheat, oats, barley, and club rush tubers. The presence of wheat would have introduced gluten, changing the texture of the dough and allowing for easier baking. The bread was likely baked on a hot stone next to the fire or in the ashes themselves, as there was no evidence of ovens at the site. Flatbreads like the ones discovered at Shubayqa 1 were popular in the ancient world due to their ease of stacking, transportation, and storage. The archaeologists were not entirely surprised by the discovery, as previous explorations of Natufian sites revealed ancient grinding tools and sickle blades made of flint, suggesting the Natufians' interaction with plants. The evidence from Shubayqa 1 supports the theory that the Natufians have been manipulating cereals for bread. The labor-intensive process of bread making indicates that the Natufians must have had significant reasons to make the effort. It is possible that the production process had a special significance, perhaps to impress special guests. Bread holds symbolic value in contemporary culture, as seen in religious ceremonies such as the Christian Communion and the Jewish festival of Passover. The Natufians may have considered bread important enough to motivate them to start growing their own cereals, leading to the development of agriculture. The researchers aim to investigate further whether bread making played a role in the cultivation of cereals. The findings at Shubayqa 1 have been published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, and further research will be conducted to explore early plant and animal consumption. The Danish Council for Independent Research has provided funding to continue the research, with a focus on identifying preferred plants for bread making and understanding the connection between ancient and modern tastes. The recreation of Natufian bread is also planned as a way to connect with our ancestors and gain insights into our shared history. Studying ancient people and their practices is fascinating because it reveals similarities and helps us understand the development of humanity as a species. The discovery of bread at Shubayqa 1 not only contributes to agricultural history, but also sheds light on the evolution of human culture and identity. Subscribe to the channel for more updates.